Greetings. Greetings, Warhammerers and Warhammeries and painting enthusiasts. I'm back. It's a Friday. Quick Friday stream. Not too excessive, not too long today on account of none of my streams that long these days because energy levels are low, but I got a little bit of painting I want to do tonight. I'm working on my next YouTube video. I filmed all the footage. I started editing it. It's going to be out probably Sunday. I want to say Sunday. Sunday's when I'm going to get my next video out. It's going to be a tutorial for gold armor. So if you want to see that video, like and subscribe. Anyways, plug over. I started on these wooden shields the other day, the wooden shield backs. I want to get the backs of the shields done because I do got to glue them onto the model. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Tonight is like a wooden shield night, and it's usually a pretty easy process. I've done painted quite a few of these in the past now at this point, so one thing I basically got to do is do like a good thick coat of the old shade of earth on this one, because this one I didn't agrax the back yet. So this goes mahogany and then earth shade, mahogany and then earth shade, and then a bunch of different shades that are gonna make it look like a wood texture, and that's gonna look pretty good. Let's go with that to start. Always thick coats. So I'm doing agrax earth shade. There's a lot of earth shade. I like to use a lot of it. Gotta be a thick coat. Gotta be a thick coat of agrax earth shade. All right, give me a second. They finally announced that we are gonna get some new Emperor's Children. New Emperor's Children are gonna be absolutely sick. They look very cool. I don't have the money to buy them right now. Maybe at some point I will. We will see. We will see, we will see, we will see. Very excited though. Energy level is extremely low. Kind of had a bit of a shitty week just with work, dealing with a lot of garbage, a lot of Google garbage. Dealing with Google is never fun. Google is literally one of the worst companies in existence, but it's what it is. I'm not going to complain about my job, about business. I don't work for Google, but I use many of Google's services, and they are the bane of my existence. So, when we're doing wooden shields, we are getting out dark umber, light umber. There's a little bit of bone white, and then a bit of this mahogany here. These are all just like pro colors, except for this one, which is Vallejo. Let me get some of these paints off my desk. They got freaking paints everywhere. It's crazy. All right, absolutely drowning in paints over here. So, try not to scrape too much color off there. I should basically be able to start with like a mix of the mahogany and the light umber, and then just work my way up from there. I may actually just do straight mahogany and do sort of thick lines at first, and then build up the grain texture, wood grain from there. I'm gonna start just by shaking up the paints. I'm waiting for the sort of shade to dry, so I gotta shake up my paints real good in the meantime. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream for. I'm real tired. I'm real tired tonight, but I told myself I'm gonna stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So even if I don't stream too long, I'm at least gonna get a stream in. That's the most important part for me. Just getting down to it, doing a quick stream, do some kind of painting. I really want to start painting every single day again, but I've been like too addicted to dark and darker. It's been really eating into my painting time. I'm gonna have to tone it down a little bit. I got so much painting to do, and spending dozens of hours a week doing raids in dark and darker, it's not helping. Not helping get these projects done, that's for sure. So these, I'm just gonna do like some fat vertical lines here. This is just gonna be like nothing too crazy. Bring this around like this. They need to be like kind of inconsistent-ish. So it's trying to create like a basic underlying wood pattern here. Ooh, this one's a banger. I like this tune. Wood grain. Luckily these are also small shields, so the wood is fairly easy to paint. I really just gotta let this one dry, honestly. It's gonna take a little while. I don't really have much to do in the meantime, so I'm just gonna sit around. These ones will be dry. I'll mix in a little bit more light umber to the mahogany here and then get a bit of a lighter shade. That'll be the next layer. Man, I'm real excited for the new Emperor's Children. They're gonna be so clean. I need to like finish off some of my old Emperor's Children too though. I got Emperor's Children for like 2007 that I still gotta paint. And now we're basically gonna do some finer lines here. I'll go back and just do the last shield once all that earth shade dries. These just gotta be real thin lines like this. Go lighter and lighter and lighter. We're just gonna keep going lighter here. Basically try and trace these into the thick lines. Just try and make like a grain pattern as if it's like, I mean this is like some kind of weird steam bent piece of wood, but it's not actually gonna be, it doesn't need to be a realistic wood, it's just like wood, right? It's a little bit too bright here, it's actually too reflective, so I gotta move it away from the light real quick, sorry. It's still too reflective. Sometimes your lights are too bright. Normally I like to have my lights not that bright, but I like to have them really bright, excessively bright, but today the lights are a little bit too much. Okay, we'll go with that. Start to get some texture built up there. Oh my god. Where'd all my energy go? I'm like ready to roll into bed. I was planning on just watching Black Sails all evening. I'm not doing anything, but I figured, alright, well, I better sit down and paint. Gotta get a little bit of painting done at least. Black Sails is an excellent show. We've just been rewatching it lately. Truly one of the best shows that's ever graced a TV screen. Alright. Now this is still not dry. This is taking a while to dry. Once this dries, I'll be able to do this shield, but I'll start with the other shield first. Now we're gonna go straight light umber. The mixes are down. And these are just gonna be little streaks just mixed in. like sort of the lightest shade in here. I want to try and get these shields glued on today, so I do like real bright streaks with the proper light umber. Make it look kind of like weathered. Inconsistent streaking, chipping, stuff like that. There we go. That looks a little bit woody, and then I'll put a nice thin layer of watered down Agrax or shit on that once I get all three of them done, and those can just be drying up while I clean up the white plates around the elbows and stuff like that, so that I can actually maybe glue these on tonight. We'll see. Ooh, that's too much. Give me a second. I got a little too much paint on there. Get that off. There we go. Clean that up. Oh, I'm totally fried. I want to have more energy than this tonight, man. I don't know why I'm so tired this week. Maybe I gotta like get out in the sun more or something. Spend a little too much time indoors. It's been cold out lately though. It's been cold. It has been windy. It's been miserable. But nice, finally getting a little bit of that nice Canadian winter, you know, that we normally get up here. Okay, we'll go with that for now. Getting a bit of a wood grain pattern on those shields going on. Yeah, dude, tell me about it. Been a long week. It was like a instant noodles for dinner kind of day, and then just like I came this close to just being like, fuck it, I'm not streaming tonight, I'm calling the stream, but I figured I would get on, at least get some of these shields done. I'm gonna start just cleaning up these elbows and stuff, and a little bit of the stuff under here, because the shields, once the shields are on, it will be impossible to actually paint that stuff, so let's get a little bit of gray here. Whew. Where is my gray color? It's hiding. There it is. Bright neutral gray. Alright, let's clean this up here. A few clean lines here. Let's see. This is all been black lines. I just have to improve this the edges on this plate here. And especially the wrists and underside of the hands and stuff like that. That stuff all needs a little bit of work. Like under here in particular, I gotta clean these up because these have got a lot of red and black and gray and stuff on them. Doesn't need to be perfect because the shields will hide like 99% of the issues if there are mistakes and stuff like that. But do still want to clean up this little area just a little bit. Let's see, and then the inside of the wrist, man. This is like some real tricky shit to paint here. It's like so hard to get in here without hitting anything else. All these little white plates here. Random like eyelashes and stuff in my in the paper towel that I used to dry off my paintbrushes. Very strange. Alright, that's getting pretty good there. This is where it like gets sort of tedious. It's just like cleaning up little bits at a time, getting ready to attach parts. That's gonna have to do there, and then under here is tricky. I don't know if this is even going to be in the camera here. Can't stop and check because I got to focus on the paint. Ugh, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. That's barely noticeable. Made a little mistake in there, but it's not noticeable and it'll be hidden. Oh, dude, dog hairs, yeah, man. Animal hair is, that's gotta be killer. If I had pets, I would need an air purifier for sure. It's already like so dusty in here. In this place, I don't have any pets, but whew. I know lots of people like cats and dogs and stuff like that, and man, dog hair is that would be brutal to have around Warhammer stuff. I'm having enough trouble with my own hair, let alone dog hair. It's mostly just because so much of it is falling out at this point, you know? My hair is making a break for it. It saw its opportunity to escape. It's been taking it for the last 10 years, doing its best to escape. Alright, let's see. I need a little bit of black paint here. Okay. Coal black, which I believe is just regular black paint. Another thing I have to check and see is if the shield will actually block me from painting stuff under here, because if it's going to block stuff like the back of this here, that's also going to be an issue at some point. I'm going to start with just this though. A little bit of shading in there. There we go. Oh no, dude. That's the worst. Shave your head or thin out the hair and it never comes back, you know? I'm always afraid that's gonna happen every time I get a haircut. It's been thinning out for years. One of these days I'm gonna go to the barber and my hair is just not gonna come back. Okay. Just cheesing this a little bit with a little black paint. I always use black paint to hide little mistakes here and there. Alright. Okay, I think I'm close to being able to glue the shield on this guy here. Let me see. I'll have to actually just finish the shield off real quick. And hopefully it's not the one that I haven't. Oh, come on. How do I get in here? I got like a really tough, tricky spot to paint here. So under here, I just want to get a little tiny bit of white paint in there without screwing anything else up. Or I just get white paint all over the shoulder. That's okay. Be a nice, already painted shoulder. I think the shield will hide enough of that in there. Let me see. Nah, it needs a little bit more touch up in there. like that. And that should be close enough. A little black in here. Correct this elbow. These are like so awkward to hold under the camera because they're just so tall. Okay, that's good. Whew, okay, I think that's all right. I think I can make that work. Now, what's the angle here? Which shield is this? This is the triangle shield. It's the one that isn't finished drying. Ah, yeah. You know what? Maybe that's close enough to being dry that I can just... I think if I'm just really careful on the center part... In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to very carefully do this. Where did my brush go? Did I put? Oh, I put my smaller brush away. Brushes are never where I seem to remember leaving them. There we go. Then just carefully up here, a little bit of lines and stuff here. If I could even start getting the shields on tonight, I'd be pretty happy. Like get one shield glued on, that'd be an ideal scenario here. Yeah. Every time you look away, the brush like rolls just a little bit, just like 1/4 of an inch, you know. All right, that's dried up. I'll go a little bit lighter here now. More lines on here. That paint's already getting kind of thin, so I gotta go fairly quick with this process before the paint fully thins out. There we go. Thankfully this stuff is drying pretty quick. Nice thin coats of paint. Should dry almost instantly. Do the last lines here. Stay away from the middle. I basically just like to make last line's kind of inconsistent, and then I'll smooth the whole texture out with like Agrax again, wherever it went, except I water it down this time. I normally don't water down washes, but when I'm doing these shields, is that Nuln Oil? That's Nuln Oil, that's not right. Where did my Earthshade go? The brush isn't the only thing to migrate. There we go. Just gonna get a scoop of this up on the palette here. Little water mixed in. A thin coat of it here. Like this. There we go. Once that dries, that'll be nice and smoothed out, and then I just gotta do a little coat on this one. Just a thin coat of Agrax mixed with water. There we go, 2. Now this one is still a little bit wet. I gotta be really careful about this. I'm just gonna go for it though. Mostly just in the interest of saving time. Oh yeah, that's fine. Paint's already dry, it's just in the middle, it's a little bit wet. There we go. All right, wooden shield backs. Let's see if I can get them up close to the camera here. They're still drying a bit, but is that autofocus on? No, it's on continuous focus. Give me a second. They look a little bit weird when they're wet, but once those dry up, they'll look somewhat like a, and also the camera, they're like really shiny and reflective right now, but anyway, a few minutes of that to dry up. I'll keep cleaning up these wrist parts where the shields are gonna go, and then I'll have to do a few tests and see if I can actually glue them on yet. I got a few of these wrists already cleaned up. I was doing like white armor cleanup a couple weeks ago. Do that. Dicey. A little in there, a little in there. This one's actually, I think I did a pretty good job on this one already. I don't have too much left to do. Just a little bit in here maybe. Sorry, that's probably not even in the camera, honestly. It's not. All right. Let me fix up these camera angles real quick. Bring that around. Hey, there we go. Okay, that's clean enough, honestly. No one's ever going to see any of these issues in with that wrist, any like little rough lines or anything in there. And honestly, you can't even get them like perfect in there anyways because of the angle that it's at. I was hoping to clean up the back of this arm just a tad. I don't even know if I'll be able to do that, honestly. It's like so tight in there. I'm almost wishing I'd left the backpacks off, but with these frickin' push fit models, sometimes sub-assemblies are just not an option, but you know what, I think that's good enough there. One more wristicle here that I gotta clean up here. Then as long as the shields don't block the rest of the model too badly, like the backs and stuff in there, then I'll just glue the shields on and suffer the consequences later, as I tend to do sometimes. There we go. Oh, let's get it, yeah, inside the wrist. This wrist is a little rough on the inside here. Hey, thanks, dude. Sorry, the camera's quality is so low. Everything is a low budget setup here. You know, one of these days I'm gonna have a higher budget setup. I'll try and get it in focus one of these days. I don't know what people do for like high quality camera stuff, like webcams. Maybe I just need to get a, like, bite the bullet, spend $100 on like an autofocus webcam. I bought like a cheap webcam a while back and I realized it didn't have autofocus because I was streaming like video games. I was streaming League of Legends at the time. Let me tell you, I don't miss streaming League of Legends, that's for sure. But yeah, I bought a cheap webcam and then it didn't have autofocus. And then this allegedly has autofocus, but the focus is pretty poor on this camera. This is just my phone though. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should just lightly super glue them on for now and then use the plastic glue later. This is the struggle here. I gotta get a smaller brush for this one. This part is the real struggle, like this little arm crease here. Maybe that's okay. That's all right there. This is mostly fine. Just a little bit more in here. There we go. All right, I think that's, besides maybe just a little bit here, that would be good enough. Okay. Whew. All right. This is the nub. There's like 3 different shapes. This one is still wet. The shield is still wet. I can see that. So the triangle is dry now, though. This is the circle. This is the triangle. So the goal here is to just see how well this is going to fit here, if at all, and if it does fit. What does it block? Not too much. A little bit there, but I can still get a brush in there, so that's fine. I'm just gonna do it. All right, I'm going hog wild. I'm just gluing the shield on. I don't even care. I'm full sanded. I'm getting the plastic glue out. The shield is going on. I'm not even moving the model. I'm just gonna glue the nub. I'm gonna glue the nub there. I'm gonna do the same here. I'm not even gonna scrape the paint off. This is like a full sand situation, and I will suffer later. I might not even glue the right shield on, honestly. Ooh. Bit of a struggle there, 1 second. Something weird going on here. I also hear some suspicious creaking, which I'm not a big fan of, but I'm just gonna go with it. Yep, that's fine. Done. 1 shield on, look at that, boom. I think that looks pretty good. Now, let's see what else we got. Shield Boy 2. This guy's got the circle. Do the same thing here. I like to put the glue on both sides so it melts down both sides just a little bit. Oh yeah, that one fits way better. That's a nice smooth shield fit right there. Focus, focus please. Closer, further away. Oh, there we go. Focus the best it could. Yeah, that's not too bad. The parts under the shield are really well hidden. Still a little bit of wet paint on this one, but this is the prime, the leader of the unit right here. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, I'm dropping it. It's going everywhere. Nope, it's fine. Nailed it. All right. Another shield on. I wonder if I can even get the spear on, honestly. Once the spear's on. Hey, how's it going, Sean the Butcher? A nice trustworthy creaking. Better than a suspicious creaking, that's for sure, when you're assembling in models. Just a real good old-fashioned plastic creak, you know? Can I get the shoulder on? Oh, it goes like this. Okay. It's gonna make it tricky to paint parts of this. Maybe I'll just go for it. I don't even care. I want these things fully assembled. I don't like sub-assemblies, and I'll suffer later to avoid sub-assembling for too long. Problem with sub-assemblies, I find, is that you can do like a really great, perfect paint job, and then you can scratch it all up while you're trying to assemble it if it's something that has a weird fit. Better to just assemble it and then paint it. I'm not doing too bad tonight, Sean. A little tired. Been kind of a long week, but other than that, fairly reasonable. Yeah, that's good. Nice. Thick glued on. See, then I can just deal with any issues from the gluing process while I paint the rest of this, because there's still stuff that needs to be painted around there anyway. There we go. There is 3. Yeah, I'm feeling a little low energy tonight. It's Friday, you know. I was actually not even planning on streaming, but I kind of want to get these shields done. So there's the wooden shield backs. I at least want to get the shields on, like done and glued on. So I'll still have to do more metallic work. I haven't done any metallic work. I've done a little bit of the, started layering up like the spears and stuff, but I have to do like 2 more layers on the gold. But there's a shield. I did some little like wooden textured backs on them. It's hard to see there on the camera. Hey, thanks, dude. Yeah, I think these guys are gonna look cool when they're done. I'm still mulling over the fire and the wings. Like the wings, whether I'm gonna do blue or red fire, and I may actually go red with these guys just to do a little color variation. Otherwise it's gonna be like blue on blue on blue on blue. I like to mix up the colors a little bit. I usually like to have some blue and some red, or like some orange. It's gonna be like some orange fire, I think. Yeah, I'll prep these wings. I still, seeing as how I got a bunch of gray out, I'll probably prep these wings now for doing the fire, because that's really coming up pretty soon. This all needs to be base coated kind of like a grayish color, and then I'll build up the layers on top of that because I want it to be like a pretty bright looking flame color. I gotta get a lot of dust off this, so these are real dusty. My dusting brush. It's got this nice flat brush that I dust things with. Real high-tech operation I got going on here with the dusting, you know? Alright. So I'll do a little bit of that here, because that's going to be coming up pretty soon, and then I'll have to start actually doing like finishing the gold and then just white armor highlights after that. And then these guys they're actually like, they're closer to being done than they feel. I think right now I'm thinking like, man, it's gonna be like another month, but they'll actually come together pretty quick. Now the shield's on, and I'm pretty much just like gonna start prepping the wings for painting. Like the wings are still gonna be a big job, but not too crazy either. Just have to start layering this up. A lot of dust though. Let me tell you, a lot of dust on these models. They sat over the holidays, and then still slow painting process for me. Not a fast painter, but I'm using the big base coating brush, so try not to get too close to anything that's already fully painted. Switch down to a smaller brush pretty soon. Be so careful around all this stuff under here. I'm actually not even gonna base coat this stuff under here, just around the back there. I'm gonna have to go in and with a small brush later and do that one. This one is pretty good here though. Oh, the only reason I was thinking I would actually, I had a thought of doing like orange flames for the wings, except the lightning actually attaches to the wings, so I thought it might look better if it was blue lightning and blue flames, but I haven't thought of that yet. Get a little bit of medium here too. Spread the paint out a little more. Like an orange, yellow, white gradient. That might be a good idea, yeah. Problem is the white. Let me see. Where does the white, would the white be? The white would be, you know what? Close to the base actually, yeah. So where the lightning meets it. If I'm careful, I can make it so where the lightning meets it, it's white. Because it'll be white near the base of the wing, like near the base of the fire, and then go out to an orange towards the end, so I might actually be able to swing something like that. That'd be a good idea. I always do sort of a whitish fire, like a white to orange thing anyways, so maybe that'll work out. Where else does the lightning attach? As long as the lightning attaches fairly high up in all of them, which it kind of does, it attaches near the base. That might actually work out. Attaches near the base of the fire. may actually be what I'm gonna do. It's a good idea. Start to get the consistent colors going there. Holy, the dark and darker is getting wild over there in the other room. Ah, shit. Give me a second here. Yeah, I think a white gradient is going to be the way to go, actually, looking at this. Or like orange to white, and then attach it right there. Oh, I see. That's the angle, huh? Well, you know what? I've done quite a bit of fire recently, so as soon as I get to the wings, this is going to be the most fire I've ever painted on some models, so if you're looking to see some fire painting, I feel like the next week or two, once I finish the gold, I think I'm gonna do the gold first, but once I finish the gold, it's gonna be all fire all the time for like a solid week probably, because it took me about 3 days to paint like a lantern thing on my last big hero project. And these wings are about 5 times the size of that, so could take even longer, never know. I get this out. I think I actually have a little white on. Yeah, that's alright. I can fix that later. Okay, I just gotta go on this side now. Ooh, trying not to splash too much though. It was almost like splatter painting there. I noticed like some spray coming off. White paint spray coming off the brush there. You gotta be really careful about that. It's pretty easy to accidentally like speckle some already complete stuff with white. Would not be the first time I've done that. Go with that. That'll all dry up. Alright, we're good here. Are there any bubbles? I gotta be really careful about bubbles. When I'm using like paint that's like super watered down, bubbles are a... Oh Jesus, I just knocked over every model. Okay. Alright. One sort of base coated there. These wings are gonna be such a big job. What am I doing? I'm just like, as I'm base coating, I'm like, man, there is so much surface area on these wings. I'm gonna have to look for some time saving. I might need to go over to the hobby shop and take a little gander at the contrast paints or something, you know, for these, because there is a lot of surface area on these. And if I have to hand blend all of this fire, it's gonna be an absolute nightmare. It's gonna take me a goddamn month. All right, that's all good there. What the hell? This brush is like, oh no. I cleaned this brush and there's like red coming out of this brush. I'm like, what color did I paint with this last? Was I painting red with this? Why is there red coming out of it while I'm cleaning it? Yeah, I guess with contrast, I'd have to do like, have to be light underneath. Yeah. Maybe some dry brush over top, like a dry brush over top. Keep it light underneath and then just contrast over the whole thing. I really want to try that because I've never done contrast paints. Oh, there's like white paint everywhere. I kind of ran out of white paint on my palette. I don't know if I want to get more out. I do have to clean my brushes here real quick. I just realized my main brush is all full of white paint. So I gotta grab some tissue paper. I'm gonna move this back. Do a little bit of brush maintenance here. Clean the good brushes. There's just like dust floating around in the air in front of me. This is crazy. I gotta like I gotta vacuum my desk pretty soon too. Well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into some contrast paints for these wings. I feel like it would be a good way to do like large areas of fire quickly. I'll take a little gander at the hobby shop this weekend maybe. Yeah, these brushes are filthy. This one still has blue in it from when I was painting the shields, I think. Here we go. All yellow into a contrast orange water, then less. I like the sound of that. I like something like that for doing like quickish blends over a large surface area would be really useful for sure. So you just continually water it down. Do you need like contrast medium or do you mix it with water? Stronger colors you can use water. Okay, interesting. Oh, maybe that'll be a little experiment for me. You know what? That is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use contrast paint to do the flames on these wings. I just gotta go buy a couple bottles of contrast paint, like a yellow and a red. Maybe an orange, we'll see. Maybe I can do orange as the base and go down. I'll figure something out. I'll come up with a scheme. But yeah, I like the sound of that. Because I really, normally, where's my other fire stuff? Like all this stuff, give me a second. This stuff was all blended by hand and it took me forever. The torch, the sword, and like a lot of these other ones, I've done a few other ones with like fire on them. it took me forever to get the blending right, and it's like so fiddly, especially the torch. The torch took me like a solid 3 or 4 days. So I want to try something quicker for the wings, because there's about 5 times as much fire in the wings. Alright, the brush is looking a little bit cleaner there. I had to pick a little bit of, actually still do, there's still a little bit of paint in this one. I'll try to like go very carefully, just scrape, just ever so gently scrape some of the dried paint out with an X-Acto knife without cutting too many bristles. It's like a really old brush, so it doesn't matter that much, but I also don't want to lose too many more bristles on this one because I do still use it a bit. If I lose 1 or 2, it's okay. This is like absolutely probably not anything that you should ever do when it comes to brush maintenance. This is like unga bunga brush maintenance here, I would say. Probably not the recommended way for cleaning a brush. Okay. Would you start with dark and then work up to light for that, or would you go from light to dark? I assume you go from light to dark. You start with like a white base coat, then go to like yellow, and then orange on top of that, and then red on top of that, right? Something like that, and then just like blend it out a little bit. Mix it and blend it, sort of thing. Also it shows I got a little bit of blue tack. I had this thing like on blue tack before. A little bit of blue tack on this. Do like basic little bits of model maintenance here. I had this nice brush that I can scrape, pretty firm wire brush for scraping off blue tack. And just hopefully it doesn't take too much of the paint with it. It'll take a little bit of the paint, but it's okay because I actually still have to do some gold paint on here. Let me see if I can just get the, like this here. Alright, most of that blue tack came off nice. Layer on darker contrast. Okay, yeah. Oh, oops, my camera's all screwed up again. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I'm definitely interested in that for these big flames. Alright, I'm kind of pooped tonight. It's been a long week. It's a short, bit of a short stream tonight, I think, but I think I'm gonna call it there tonight. I feel like I'm falling asleep at my desk here. I'm gonna go, I don't know, watch some TV or something, and then sleep for 14 hours, and then sleep all weekend, and then sleep all next week. No, next week I'm back. I got a YouTube video coming out. I'm gonna post one on Sunday probably. I think I'll finish the editing tomorrow, hopefully. And then yeah, more streams again on Monday. I may try and do a catch-up stream on the weekend. If I go manage to get some contrast paints, I may do a little experimentation stream. We'll see. But it depends if I make it out to the hobby shop. It's a bit of a walk to get out there, so I'm not too sure. Anyway, thanks for watching, dude. Anyone who's watching the stream, I appreciate you watching and tuning in and stopping by. Thanks, dude. It's that winter hibernation. Hell yeah. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good night. Later.